Hello, people of the interwebs. I am Wallace A. Bift von Huffle IV, and you are watching Behind the Webcam. Today, as usual, we have a brilliant guest, one of intelligence, grace, and charm, as we always do here on Behind the Webcam. So, without further pontification upon this matter, let me introduce you today's guest, Infamous Jak! No, thank you, Infamous Jak, and I will not delay with the question making. No, I shall not hesitate or tarry. I shall get right into the questions. The first question is simply this: what inspired you? What inspired you to begin your blogging?
What inspired me to start blogging? Well, if you must know, and I'm assuming you must because you asked the question, back in my early days of going to that guy with the glasses, I noticed there was this little section below all the videos entitled blogs. So I read a couple, and a few stood out to me, but one in particular. One by a man who was rather large. In fact, you would almost say he was big. And he wore a hat. A hat exactly like this one. Only completely different. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the topic. MASH notes. Now, clearly from the title MASH notes, I could tell that, like me, he was the grandchild of an Irish immigrant. And the series was, of course, on mashed potatoes and such. So I read the blog. It wasn't on mashed potatoes. So I decided to myself, clearly, this site needs someone to review mashed potatoes. So that's exactly what I did. Only when I posted them, they ended up being a bunch of top 9 lists on the Muppets. I don't know how that worked out. The list on the Muppets was a huge success. So I decided, I like lists. Maybe I'll continue this and do maybe 2 or 3 more lists. Here I am. Still doing lists. Whoopee.
Hats, Irish, potatoes, lists. They sound like the ingredients for an brilliant mixture of your blogs, Infamous Jak. They sound like they have created a concoction we can all dig into. And why they did not come out about potatoes, I admittedly do not know, but I am sure it was fate. It was what was meant to be, to give us all your brilliance. But I could sit here and admire your answers all day, Infamous Jak, but we must move on. We must move on to another question. So here is your next question, Infamous Jak. Tell me, how did you select your name, Infamous Jak, and why did it recently change from Dark Jak to Infamous Jak?
Why did I choose the name that I chose for the review series that I did? Well, as you know yourself, if you're going to have a review series, you need a name for it. So I chose a name that installed a sense of authority and epicness, but also fear into the heart of the reader. A name so awesome that someone else had already taken it. So, I thought of another equally great name. That too was taken. This went on for 367 days. At the end of which, I had this game, Jak 2, next to me, as I carried around for whatever reason. However, that doesn't matter. In this game, there is a character named Dark Jak. So, I decided I'll be lazy and just use his name for my username. However, this always ate at me the wrong way. You see, I feel your username should be something a tad unique, and my name just felt like I was shamelessly self-promoting other people's work. and I would never shamelessly self-promote other people's work. Isn't that right? Muppets, Dark Knight, Star Wars, Johnny Cash and the Eagles album? So I changed it to Infamous Jak. Why Infamous Jak instead of Jerk Jak? I don't know, I was high at the time. It seemed like a good idea.
300 names, you say. Ooh, that is quite a large sum, but I think it was destiny that you would come up with Dark Jak. I do not think you are being disingenuous in your use of someone else's work, but the change to Infamous was inspired and brilliant. Yes, brilliant, sir. Names mean everything. I know, having such an advanced one myself of such lineage and pedigree as Wallace A. Biff von Huffle the Fourth. You don't meet anybody else with that name, have you? No. Well, my father. But he's the third, you know, it's very close. My grandfather the second. My great-grandfather's dead, don't worry about him. He died of natural causes. I wish people would stop asking about that. But now, Dark Jak, Infamous Jak, all the Jaks, we must move on. We must move on to the questions about your creative process, the meaty questions, those questions that work your brilliant mind. Tell me, Infamous Jak, would you rather watch the theatrical release of Jonah Hex, or would you rather break 2 of your toes with a hammer?
That should work. Mother! You know, that was still less painful than having to watch that movie again.
Huh. Well, I actually didn't need you to prove the point, but, well, that's well taken, you know, I'm suddenly regretting asking the question. Well, let's move on to the next question then, since I regret that one. Tell me, Infamous Jak, do you feel you would write better in a state of nirvana, a state of chaos, or the state of Utah?
You know, that's a very good question. Let's see. State of chaos. I've just broke several of my toes. I believe I've had enough chaos for one day. State of Utah. Never actually been to Utah, but I've been told that people smell an awful lot like feet. I don't like the smell of feet. I prefer this smells like Teen Spirit myself. So, state of Nirvana, of course. You're extremely out of tune.
Oh, a state of nirvana. Perfect. Yes, much better than the toe-crushing thing we saw a moment ago. I am so uncomfortable. As we finish up, Infamous Jak, I thank you. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for your brilliant answers. Please send us out, my friend.
Goodbye. You'll be hearing from my lawyer about the broken foot very soon.
No, Harvey, I don't know if he can actually sue us. I just asked him a question. I didn't think he'd actually break his... Oh, I'm just so confused. He broke his foot on camera. How insane is that? Who does that? Oh, yes. Oh, ha. Good show, then. Good show, yes. Well, thank you once again, Infamous Jak, for your time and your brilliant interview. Not a bit disturbing. Oh, my. Oh. As usual, I am Wallace A. Biff von Huffle the Fourth, host of Behind the Webcam. And if you have any interest in being on the show, you may leave a comment below in the comment section, not the floor, not my groinal region, as I've expressed many times, in spite of some people's insistence that that's what I'm pointing at. Perverts. So I thank you for watching, and have a good night.
since I'm sure you probably caught them on audio. Dogs. My dogs.